something about a truck.
Okay, it's time for some detailing on the paint here. I went down to the local auto parts store, picked me up some touch-up paint. This is a universal black. For some reason the paint code 8555, which is what this is, GM black, come back as a flat black. They had a flat black there. I'm not sure why they'd had a flat black. This is not a flat black. But anyway, I got this little touch-up thing. It's got a little brush and other little thing on it. I use the brush for most of the stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all around the truck and all the scratches and nicks and chips and stuff. I'm going to touch them all up. I'm going to fill them pretty good with the paint. And all the major scratches. You know, you're not going to get out all the scratches. You're just trying to get the major ones. The buffer will take out a lot of the minor scratches. And actually, I buffed this door. I kind of got ahead of myself. I didn't show you guys. There was a pretty good scratch right here. You can see it there. You can just barely see it now. But there was a pretty good scratch right there. And I wanted to see how the buffer did. All I did was take a little bit of wet sandpaper. I believe 3000 grit is what I used. Just kind of sanded it down a little bit and then buffed it out. And the scratch, you can hardly see it. So what I'm doing is just going for the major scratches. And like this here on the bed. Usually if you can't feel it, it's just in the clear coat and you can buff that out. But this here, I can feel this one. This is a pretty bad one. And here's a pretty good chip right there. And then you can also see in the paint there where this thing is scratched up pretty darn good. I'm not sure where this guy was driving, but it's pretty bad. But you can actually see where I buffed it there. In the bed where it is, you know, you can see all the, there's not scratches here, and there's all kinds of scratches here. Anyway, let's see if we can't fix some of these major scratches. I'm going to fill this one in with some touch-up paint. And how about let's do this one here, do these ones here. And then we'll do this chip here. So I'm giving you a good look at them here. I'm going to fill these up pretty good with paint. Because what I'm going to do after I fill them in and let it dry, I'm going to go over that with my 3000 grit sandpaper. I'm going to wet sand this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pretty much hide these scratches the best I can. So I'm going to fill them up with the touch-up paint. Okay, so I got this major scratch here touched up, and you can see it looks bad right now, but I'm going to show you. There's the other chip. Might have to add some more to that one. I'm going to let this dry and then come back tomorrow and wet sand and buff this. But I want it all to dry good. It actually, just running around the truck and just touching up all the little scratches and stuff, it already looks better than you know, just doing that. It can make a difference on how well your truck looks. You know, it's just that little detail. You know, everybody's going to get scratches in their vehicles. There is no way around it. If you actually use them, you're going to get scratches. So you got to go around and touch up your paint if you want it to stay looking its best. But this side really wasn't that bad. This side had a few scratches, but really not that bad. The driver's side looks like it took all the abuse, and I'm not really worried about the cap here. I am going to get some bed caps for this thing, because they're just too beat up. There's no way of getting them straight again. What I don't understand is how you can beat up a box this bad. Look at them the wheel wells. Look how bad that one smashed in. How can you do that to a bed, but then your tailgate is perfect? You know, I don't know how you do that, but this guy did it. So I'm going to, like I said, let these dry, and then tomorrow I'll show you how I wet sand and buff them out. Okay, it's the next day. I've actually started wet sanding some of my touch-ups. Here's the scratches after they've dried, and what I've done is I've built it up. This is actually higher, or most of it should be higher than the original paint. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wet sand these with my little sandpaper here. This is actually 3000 grit 3M. It's like a hook and loop pad. Just got an old DA here with the Hook It 2 system by 3M. I don't know if they changed that or not. I've had this for quite a while. So this just goes on here, and it's like a Velcro, and it sticks. It sticks amazing. So just going to sand them areas down where I did some touch-ups. You see in the fender there's a pretty good scratch there. You can't even hardly see it now. I'm just going to sand these down. Some of these don't need to be sanded because I just touched them up. They're just a little spot. The buffer will buff them out. You never see them. So I'm just going to sand these down until it's level with the paint, the original paint, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm wet sanding this, and of course you need water to do this. So I'm just adding a little bit of water here to my area to get it wet. And the reason you're using water, the reason that you're wet sanding is this is 3000 grit sandpaper, and this will get plugged up fast if you are not using water to help clean it out. So I'm just going to start sanding this down, and Okay, I'm taking my squeegee and I'm checking to make sure that I'm not going too far with this. I'm just trying to get these spots that I filled in level, and it's pretty obvious when they are level. This is actually a fairly new pad, and when you have a new sanding pad, it is very quick, does very quick work on this. I'm also going to hit heavier scratches with this, and I'm going to hit where my emblems were. So where the Z71 sticker was, I got to hit that too. I'm not being aggressive with this. I'm just setting her on there and letting her do its work. Okay, so I got it all wet sanded now. I believe as good as it's going to get. So now I'm going to just give it a quick bath here, get all the clear coat that I sanded off there and any other dirt before I start buffing. Okay, so here we are after a quick wipe down clean. You can see the bed, and it looks probably worse than what I started with, but that's what the buffing is for. Take a look at it. Okay, let's focus on that major scratch that was on the bed of this truck. There it is right there. You can barely see it after wet sanding. And the other ones that I showed can't really be seen anymore because of the wet sanding. And there was a chip over there, but the camera won't focus on it. So we'll just concentrate, I guess, on this scratch for now. And I'm going to start buffing now. Okay, so on to buffing here. I'm going to use this foam pad to start out with, and then going to use some of this medium cut cleaner from Meguiar's, and going to put some on the buffer there and start buffing out this bedside here. Show you how this is going to work. So let's get going. Okay, the first round of buffing is done. It is back, shiny again, but you can see, if you can pick that up on the camera or not, but you can see the light scratches from the heavier buffing compound. I just washed the truck to get all the residue off, because you don't want to cross-contaminate when you're buffing, because if you get the heavier grit compound, if you mix that in with the lighter compound, you're never gonna get the mirror shine if you don't if you contaminate and get the heavier compound in there. So I've washed it. I'm gonna go take a break. I guess we can take a look at the spot here that I've been working on. There it is. You can still see it. The universal black is definitely not the GM black. Kind of wish I could have found the actual black, but you know, that's pretty darn good from what it was. You gotta kind of really look for that, and to be able to find it. And once I get the next polish on there, hopefully it'll be even a little harder to see. But yeah, it's looking good. A lot of work, but it is it's looking good. So okay, back for round 2 here of the buffing. You can see I switched out my buffer to this other deal. It's got like a Velcro deal, and then I got my little waffle pad. This thing's worn out, but probably get a few more buffs out of it anyway. I'm gonna go to the machine glaze now. And yes, this is number 3. I skipped number 2. You know what? If you want to do number 2 and then number 3, more power to you. I'm just gonna go to the number 3 here, buff it out. I'm gonna be happy with what I got. This is not a show truck. This is a daily driver that it's probably gonna get a few more scratches in it anyway. So I'm just not gonna spend that much time on it. The shine that you get, that I get out of just skipping to the 3s, is good enough for me. So I'm gonna get started. This is a very long, tedious job that I really dislike. It's I don't know, it's something you got to do with a used vehicle most of the time. Unless you buy from a dealer, then they usually do it before they sell it. But then you're going to pay more when you buy something at a dealer. So I'm just glad that this is a regular cab short box and not a crew cab dually like my other truck. I don't know how I didn't go insane buffing that out, but anyway, let's get this done, and or let's get this started so we can get done. Well, there she is, all buffed out. I think it looks really good. for what it is, a 15-year-old truck. See if we can't get this spot to show up that bad scratch. I mean, you can see it there, and if I would have had the correct color, I don't think you would even be able to have spotted that. And the other ones, I don't even see them, so I would say if you went, I'll show you before, I guess, of what we had started with. Pretty bad, but you can't hardly see it unless you're looking for it. I think it turned out awesome. I am not a professional detail guy. I'm just a DIY guy that has had many vehicles before. I just got me a buffer, some compound, and found out what works for me. This is not the way I did it. You're not gonna buff out a show car like that. But this is not a show car at all. This is a daily driver, a truck that's going to be used for truck stuff. So there's no need in going car show, taking all that time to do all kinds of million steps or whatever, because there's just no need to waste all your time with that, I feel anyway. But this is 10 times better. Looks 10 times better than when it drove in here. So I mean, you can't hardly ask for anything more, but for the truck to look a whole lot better. So I'm happy with it. I'll probably take it out, get some good pictures for you guys for the end of this video. What's next with this truck? I guess you'll have to keep watching to find out that. See you in the next one, guys.